Oh my God, why? Why? Very uncool. Very, very uncool. I'm gonna get to it. Just a second. I'm doing the things. I'm doing the things. I need to tell Discord. There was a very not small spider, so almost hand size, but not quite, crawling around my office. And it got close to the door. In fact, it was almost on the door. So I unhooked the door, opened the door, and the act of opening the door makes a noise. And it scared it, and it ran back into the office. And now I don't know where it is. So yeah, I have no clue. There was a fly that touched me just on the leg, just as I was basically discovering that this had happened, and I was looking for it. I was looking for the spider, and all of a sudden I just get a poke on my leg, and it was just like, holy fuck! So yeah, this thing is an asshole. Although I think it's a girl. Girls can be assholes too. But I guess it's a bitch. Woman, could you just leave me alone? Could you just please leave me alone? I'll get into it in a second. I'm almost done. It's just that it crawled into the office. It hid behind the filing cabinet, which is just here, which is connected to the desk. So it's just making me skittish about touching anything on the desk. So yeah. Lame. Super lame. My camera died. No, I'm wearing a white shirt. I'm also noticing that his lower half is kind of stretched out a lot. He's kind of got like a Hulk thing going. Yeah. So yeah. I was just playing video game, and I have depression. It's kicked in. It's super fun. And it kind of like I saw something crawling on the wall just here, and then all of a sudden it kind of crawled just down like around here, and then it went down onto the floor and under me, and then basically lifted my legs up, and then it crawled towards the door. Well, actually, it crawled towards this side, and then it crawled towards the door, and that's when I basically decided it's like, ooh, I could get it out with the mop. I've got a mop in here, and I could basically just entice it out if it's that close to the door. But no, the act of opening the door made it just disappear this way and behind the filing cabinet. And now I have no clue. Now I have no clue where it is. So, yeah. If you can hear me, Miss Spider bitchy spideriness, please don't crawl on me or the desk. She is too big to get in my glass. I have a glass, and I was going to put her in that and then take her outside and then get a new glass. But she is too big for that. She would not fit in the glass. I would amputate a leg of hers if I was to do that. So yeah, just gonna be careful. Just gonna be careful today. Anyway, yeah, what has happened? Not much has happened. Not much has happened. It's just that this weekend is probably going to be postponed. So I'm probably going to not go to see my buddy Dave, and that's going to be sad. I need to send him a message, actually, to tell him, because I was hoping that this wasn't going to happen, but Damon isn't well. I'm still not 100%. I'm getting there. I'm getting there very, very, very slowly. It's so annoying. Should I just take the hat off? Is that better? Not better for me. It's a bit better, maybe. No, it's making the darker bits appear more darker. If I do this, if I hug myself, does that make it? No. Usually that works with the black when I'm wearing like dark colors. But yeah. Sorry, it's stuck like this. It's worse on my preview. For some reason, it's worse. That's a bit better. I'll put the hat like down here. Yeah. This is taking my mind off of the giant spider. I'm not scared of them. I get the surprise reaction, and then I might kill it. And I don't want to do that. I was really worried when it actually when it ran back in, because I was standing quite close to it because it was by the door, and it ran basically past my feet. I all it would have taken would have been me to lift my leg up and then put it down. It flip flops. Oh, that's only because it does, doesn't it? Fuck it. I'm sorry. This is the deal. Yeah. So yeah. Like Damon's not well, and I'm not entirely better. So I'm basically probably going to be looking after him all weekend, and I don't want to get my buddy's hopes up. So I think it might just be a better idea to just cancel this weekend, especially since I need to be better for the next weekend, because that's a planned event that I'm going to. So yeah, I'm just I was bummed about that, but yeah. And yeah, I need to send him the message to basically let him know that this is probably not gonna Probably not going to happen. I'm going to get refunds for my tickets and stuff. It's a bummer, but I don't want to leave Damon alone when he's sick. You know, even though he left me alone a couple of times when I was sick. But whatever. I don't think it's COVID. It might be, but I don't think it's COVID. He hasn't taken a test yet. So, yeah. Although all but one of my tests came out negative. So, I have no idea what that means. I think it's, well, I was told by a doctor that you basically can have COVID. And, oh no, that all but one of my tests came out negative. The one that didn't come out as negative was inconclusive. So I have no idea what that means. But yeah, so so this weekend I'm probably not going to be doing anything. It's going to be fun, apart from looking after Damon. And that's fine. You know, I'm not like, I mean, of course I want to look after Damon. But, you know, whatever. Daddy Cop shirt. Yes, I got this shirt. When did I get this shirt? I think this was my buddy Dave gave me this, a different Dave. But yeah, it's kind of like a Tom of Finland kind of esque shirt, like that I got before I went to Vegas for the first time, and it's just a nice Teddy Bear Cop. So yeah. It was literally, we're having a situation because Damon is the one that knows how to work the washing machine. I probably could figure it out. I've done it at least once or twice before. You know, I basically do the ironing and the drying, you know, part. So, you know, of those chores, I don't do that because it has to be done a very specific way according to Damon, and Damon's got OCD, so it's this is a situation where I can't help. You know, it's kind of like putting the shopping away. You know, I'll take the bags into the house, but he'll have to put all of the things in the exact place that they have to be. So I can't help with that. Plus, our kitchen is teeny tiny. So yeah. So yeah, we've got a bit of a situation where like a lot of our laundry isn't kind of, we're on our last bits of laundry until Damon gets better, or until he gets desperate enough for me to actually be able to use the washing machine. So yeah, I'm in a couple of shirts that I basically haven't worn for a while. This was actually bad. This was nearly bad. Imagine when my mum came to visit and we went out to dinner, and I said to Damon, because I wanted to shower before we went out to dinner, and I showered, and then I said to Damon, could you get me a shirt, you know, just the next shirt that's on the stack, because I stack my shirts in a rotational order, and I just wanted the next shirt so I can have something to wear before I went out to dinner with my mother. And he basically gave me this shirt, and I was like, I'm not wearing the Tom of Finland shirt to go out to dinner with my mum. Rotational. Yeah, I put all of the shirts that I've worn on the bottom of the pile. Like there's like 4 stacks, and I rotate the stacks. So like the topmost part of my cupboard is kind of like, that's my closet, whatever you want to call it. Is like that stack is the stack that I take from, and then when I get all of my shirts, you know, my t-shirts, like, or after they've been washed and everything, they go onto the bottom stack, and then basically I move the stacks as the shirt stacks fill up, and then basically I move them to the where I take the stack that I take from. You know, it's rotational. I rotate my t-shirts. Basically, I wear one. It goes in the queue. You know, it then gets worn, washed, and then put into the queue. And then I wear another one. I put that into the queue, and I keep going until the queue is full up. And then basically I take from this end. It's a rotational. I rotate my t-shirts. So yeah, doesn't work for other things. It might work for other things. It's just that I don't really. I want to wear more shirts. It's just that they're a bit more kind of not as versatile, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, the bad news is I might not have anything to do this weekend, and my filming idea is probably going to be just a hot tub video, and it's going to be real sad. But yeah, I don't know. I might ask Dave and see what he thinks. What he thinks of the whole thing. I just I'd feel bad if I basically left Damon here by himself when he's sick, and I just wouldn't be able to enjoy myself, and I would feel bad also about like depending on Dave for everything. Like he'll pay for everything, and that's just kind of that's a bummer, especially since I don't have access to the funding that I used to have. So you know, so that's just the bad news. So yeah, not another depression stage. Hey, I haven't had like a big one for a while, and I only suspect that this is happening. I mean, I've been a bit sad when I've got nobody to talk to and stuff in the middle of the morning, morning. So yeah. Plus, I was talking to my therapist friend, basically my therapist. I was talking to her about the whole thing, doing my therapy, and basically, she said that the way that I fall asleep is very unhealthy, and it's like just mentally very unhealthy. And that one of the ways that I fall asleep is I try to not think about, but then you think about it. The whole thing about when you fall asleep, you're dead. And you know, what if I don't wake up? How will people, you know, just how will people react? It's going to be sad. I don't want people to be experiencing this, but they will eventually, because nobody lives forever, etc. Blah blah blah. But sometimes my brain takes a very especially on depression episodes, depressive episodes. I basically have this whole thing where my brain will take a complete left turn and just I can't not think about this. I can't not think about it. But it's one of those things of like what happens when um, Damon passes away. And the whole thing of like, well, what do I have to live for? What am I going to do? All of that stuff, as well as the whole complete sadness kind of thing that will definitely happen. You know, it's just it's one of those things that I can't not have. My brain does, and I can't stop it. You know, and it makes me prematurely sad for that. So that's fun. So one of the reasons why I don't mind being a fat guy is basically because it shortens my lifespan. You know, like it kind of shortens my lifespan so that I won't have to deal with this or the super depression that will happen when basically my husband passes away, because I won't have to deal with it for at least for that much longer. You know, so it's okay. I know that sounds bad. That sounds bad. It sounds narcissistic. Oh, whatever. Not narcissistic. Oh, what's it called? Nihilistic. I knew it was an N. Um, yeah, I know that may sound nihilistic, but yeah, I've never really cared about that stuff. I've kind of been dealing with the whole I could die at any moment kind of thing for at least 5 years now. So yay, fun. Um, but yeah, I mean, just the one of the telltale signs that I've got a depression episode happening is when I get bored of video games, when I get bored of entertainment that's meant to take my mind off of the whole, I'm not doing anything stuff. You know, all of my games have suddenly become boring all at once. This shouldn't happen, and it's like, oh, it's because of depression things happening. Yay! So yeah. Oh, and the new haircut. When you can see it, it's not very straight. I kind of did it really quickly. You know, Roscoe, I'm going to get to what you're saying. I've been going from like what the next chat is going to be and stuff. Yeah, I cut my hair because of the. It was getting to a stage where my hair gets to a stage where the curls start to happen. When the curls start to happen, even if I just run my head, I tried to flatten a bit of hair, it won't flatten because the curls happen. So because I've got thick Irish curly hair. Anybody who's seen me with long hair will know that it doesn't go long. It goes kind of fluffy, like big curls, kind of like can wrap around your finger, like those kind of curls. It just goes like that. Um, I don't get the cool kind of like flowing hair, the straight flowing hair. Even my beard doesn't do that. My beard is curly. It can be really long. It's actually kind of long now, but it's kind of just little curly, you know. So yeah. It's just really creepy. I really hope it doesn't do what that giant, that almost hand-sized spider. It landed on me, and I didn't have a heart attack, so kudos to me. But yeah, there's a lot of spiders that like to go to the end of the strip light just up here, and they like to, if they can support themselves with a web, they like to do the whole descending thing, just here, just like as a column of space that they like to do, and it's literally just above the keyboard, and it's so annoying. But the bigger spiders, they sometimes get onto the ceiling somehow, or get onto the light, and then they can't support themselves with a web, so they will just drop. They'll just fall. And that happened to me when I was using the keyboard once, and I was wearing a dressing gown, and it was a big spider, and it landed right on my arm, and I was like, so I carefully took my hand out of the sleeve, and I took the entire thing off, and then I took the dressing gown outside, the robe outside, and I shook it until I was certain there was no spider on it. So yeah, that was fun. Oh, I should test this. Oh, sorry. So the existential crisis, not really an existential crisis. Like I said, it's just thoughts that my brain does that make me sad. My brain does this thing where it will show me shit that I really don't want to see, and you can't avoid it because when you close your eyes, that's kind of what you see. But it will just randomly put a flash. It's doing it now because I'm talking about it, so I probably shouldn't talk about it. But it basically will just show me like a random flash of something that I just don't want to see, because my imagination's really good, like photorealistic kind of Matrix kind of style, good. I can imagine almost anything, but and because I know a lot about a lot of things, including human decomposition, my brain likes to torture me. So yeah, like well, here's a good example. My best friend, he basically had a suicide attempt, and I just yeah, I mean he didn't do it, so that was good. But for like about a year after he had this attempt, he was going to walk into the ocean, and yeah, a year after he basically had this attempt, he came to me with for like an art commission, and what he wanted me to draw him, he wanted me to draw him as a zombie. So I said to him, let me get this straight. You want me to imagine what you would look like decomposed, especially focusing on the face area. You see why this is fucked up, right? I did it anyway, but like I had like flashes of the what if situation of what he would look like after being in the water for a couple of days and they found his body and blah blah blah. So yeah, it's like it randomly traumatizes me for no reason. My brain just does this. My first boyfriend ever, when he passed away, he passed away, and they didn't find him for 5 days. And I was told all of the information of like how he passed away and when they found him, and I was like, oh, good, I know what human decomposition is like, and my brain couldn't stop playing, kind of in fast forward, just like him laying there rotting. So yeah, my brain loves to torture me. It loves to torture me, like in fun and unique ways. So yeah, it's just a thing. I can't stop my brain from doing this, and like I said, the flashing thing is kind of annoying, but like, whatever. I know too much. I wish I was like just ignorant of exactly how like things work, but I'm not. Okay. I can't stop thinking about about like nuclear war, even though I may die on like the first day, but I get really anxious over it. I would probably, you know, in kind of like zombie, or not even zombie. Like I would believe, I want to believe that in kind of like situations where like communication fails and like we get into a survival situation of the earth and everything, you know, where civilization kind of collapses and all that stuff. I kind of want to say that I would just I'd kind of take myself out, you know. However, um, it would have to be very bad. It would have to be like very, very bad. Like I'm talking complete collapse of this of like society, everything. Like everything in society, everything shut down, all that stuff. Like there would have to be like no, not even like local, like a local group or anything like that. Like everybody would have to be at each other's throats, or I would have to be like the last person on Earth or something. Um, then I would, but you know, like if there's some kind of hope that there's a community that you know that I wouldn't be alone, that I think I'd be okay. I think I'd be okay with like not doing that. But if there's like no hope, then yeah, it's a thing. I don't know why you get anxious over it. I mean, if something like this happens, then like there's not a lot you can do. There's not a lot you can do about it in the first place. It's probably not going to happen, but it's one of those things. Try not to let things that you can't control bother you. You know, I can't really control like the existence of nuclear weapons, so I kind of it doesn't really bother me. It'll be annoying if it happens, but you know, whatever. You know, what are you gonna do? Think about the day when my grandma would die. Yeah, it's good to have a plan, but it's kind of like you can't plan for how you will deal, how you will cope with the emotional loss. It's a thing. It's a thing. I wonder if I'm depressed since I'm bored of everything. No, that I mean that could be a symptom. It's a symptom, but it's not really. I wouldn't say that that's all depression is. It's a for me it's a sign that basically oh I'm gonna have bad thoughts and be really bummed out for a few weeks. Yay! I'm gonna be very angry about everything for no reason. I'm gonna be like just gonna hate everything and everyone all the time for a while. You know, I basically have lived with this my whole life, so I'm okay with this. Yeah. That cut makes me feel things in my heart. What? Oh, you're talking about the haircut? Yeah, my partner and my best friend basically really like the stripe, so I was just gonna like shave all of it down to like a number 2 or something. I don't know, like I normally do. But I kind of screwed up when I was trimming the hair on my forehead and stuff, and basically I was like, oh fuck it, I'll just do the rest of it. So yeah. I got super curls. Yeah, I mean you've seen when I did that charity thing for like a for like a year and a half. It basically goes. It just my hair doesn't really. It gets curly. It doesn't actually. It doesn't actually go long. So I was waiting for it to get to my shoulder, but it never got to my shoulder because it just went curly. So it just kind of did the whole poofy thing. But yeah, I can't believe that they give you a digital certificate. They made it sound like you get like a whole certificate and stuff. I was looking forward to having my certificate, and it's like, there, I've done something nice for children cancer charity, But no, what was that called? Like the Little Princess Foundation or something? I didn't do it just for a certificate. I just want to point that out. I just heard myself in my head. I was like, it's like, dude, that sounds awful. No, I didn't do it for just a certificate. I did it because it sounded like a really nice charity that a couple of my friends were on. That they were going to do it. And basically, I was like, they asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was like, yeah, I had no idea that it would get that bad. It was genuinely a pain in the butt. um, that's fucked up. My brain is yeah. Like I said, my brain is evil. It likes to torture me with random shit, just a lot. Over that, it will just make me feel super sad because I'm very empathic. So like if even if somebody suggests like it's like yeah they were super sad, they were just really sad, and I'll be like, oh, I wonder how that would feel if I was in a similar situation, and also adding this extra information that I'm going to be super sad. I wonder how that would feel, and then my brain emulates it. It's like, oh, good, yeah, that's really bummed out. That's super sad. Kind of want to kill myself, So yeah. What? Irish Celts for I can. I have no idea what that means. Um. Holy shit! This is my entire mind. So you have something similar? Can you imagine almost anything? I can basically imagine almost anything. There's like things that I don't know about, so I cannot imagine them. But I can imagine almost anything. My brain is weird like this. It's a very good simulator of shit. Which is terrible because it can literally imagine everything, like pain and stuff. It's bad. Um, when people say like, I can't even imagine that. It's like, yeah, I can. Yeah, it sucks. And this is what make tubs. I'd rather have you like this than ignorant. What? Oh, well, you know, sometimes you just wish that you didn't know things, but like I don't regret the knowledge. It's just that I can imagine. what it would be like to not have this knowledge, and it would be nicer. That's ignorant. You're ignorant. You're so ignorant. I can't control when I die, so I'm terrified about that. I don't want to put bad thoughts in your head, but you totally can control when you die. That's what the bad thoughts are. What is the YouTube safe way of saying like suicide? Oh shit. It's like unlife yourself or something. I don't know. I always found that funny. Yeah. Yeah. So I imagine you mean the whole, you can't control when you die naturally, and yeah, that's true. I mean that is a bit of that's annoying. I would say that's annoying. Um, but yeah, I mean you have a lot more control over it than you think. I would say. Irish haircuts. Irish haircuts. Do the Irish don't have specific haircuts? They're just regular haircuts. I have the curly hair actually comes from my mother, who's Scottish. So I got all of the different Celtic genes. You know, I got even my hair coloration. It's like I've got all of the hair colors just on me at some stage. Like I kind of like have like some of my arm hair is blonde. I've got a streak of red in my beard, and some flecks of it in my head hair. Um, and now, which I'm very happy about, I also have the just tiny bits of salt in my pepper, just a little bit of salt in my pepper, and it's really good. It's like I'm really liking the sanctifications happening, especially since I thought that I would never have that. So yeah. You can imagine anything. Or I can't give you a thing. It just doesn't work because I mean, what can I not imagine? And it's like, nope, nope. Like when I was with my girlfriend, um, she basically put it into we kind of gave each other a kind of thought exercise. Kind of gave each other a thought exercise. We did the thing where it's like, can you imagine what it's like to be a woman? And I said, can you imagine what it's like to be a man? So, like for a solid day, because I can just, yeah, I can imagine that. Not hard for me. For her, it took like a solid day of basically asking me questions and stuff, and yeah, she learned a lot. She learned a lot. She also hated. She used to hate until that day. She used to hate the whole man spreading thing, and this was before it actually had a name. But the whole thing where like men have to kind of like they can't close their legs, especially if they're chunkily built guys. Like they can't close their legs. Like I can't close my legs. I can't do it. If I close my legs, I'll squish my nuts. Just I can do it. I just don't want to hurt myself because I have a very very vulnerable thing in between my legs that kind of is super sensitive for some reason. So yeah, I can't close my legs. And I tried to explain this to her and how like sensitive that particular bit of men is. for most men, and she was like, "Oh my God, no, I get it." And from that point on, she never really complained or like had a problem with men spreading, kind of like, yeah, she never had a problem with it. She never really liked guys that could close their legs anyway, so it was kind of a thing. She's always been into chunkier, well-built men. So yeah. Anyway, I'm not boasting. I'm not. These are her words. So yeah, but yeah, yeah. So I mean, can you imagine what it's like to be a woman? It's not that much different. It's really not that much different. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what all the fuss is about. It's like you can never imagine what it's like to be a woman. You can never imagine what it's like to give birth. It's like, actually I can. It would suck. That's why they have a bunch of hormones and brain chemicals to basically help them forget the pain part. You know? Sorry, women. Some guys can imagine shit. Ugh. I just hate it when people say that. You know? You can't imagine stuff. It's like, yeah, I can. My mother hates that I say this because she basically is like, well, I was actually talking to her years ago about something like abortion or something, and the whole thing of like, it suddenly the conversation with abortion came up while talking to my mother, and basically she was like, you can't say anything. And I was like, why not? It's like, you don't have a uterus. It's like, I can have an opinion on it. It's like, no, you can't. But yeah, my mother's very stubborn about stuff like that. But yeah, the whole thing of like, you can't imagine what it's like to blah 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 and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. She doesn't get it though, but it's okay. I can't commit suicide because I think that's the easy way out. Well, no, that's kind of that's kind of my thing. Like I have thoughts way too occasionally, um, where yeah, suicide. I have suicidal thoughts a lot, but basically, you guys know that I would never do that because I've got the what is it? The fear of missing out. You know, I have that. You know, if I could commit suicide and be a ghost, I would do that. I would totally do that. But the odds of ghosts being actually real are so teeny tiny, so tiny, teeny weeny, that basically it's like I don't think that I would risk not non-existence just on the off chance that maybe kind of sort of little bit ghosts might be real. You know? Ugh. Stupid reality. It's so dumb. Fiction is way cooler. Yeah, they're totally real. Yeah, sure. So yeah, it's like I do have many times where basically I'm done. You know, I'm kind of dumb, and there's like there's things that kind of I don't want anybody to worry about this too much, okay? But sometimes it's kind of one of those things that actually stops me from going for a walk on hot days and things. It's like it's some, you know, in a part of my brain, I kind of am like, you know, it's like I really want to go for a walk, but it's really warm outside. But I could use the exercise, but that would be prolonging my life, and it's kind of I don't want to do that. You know. Shut up. So yeah, I think they say they committed. I think they say they committed. What? I've been drawing your hair a lot from 2016. Is that what you meant to say? I don't know. I don't know. So Panafox, you think ghosts are real? Okay. Evidence? Do you have proof? Ooh, I found a new TV series. I actually found a new TV series. You've seen 4. Yeah, I've seen a couple of ghosts. I'm pretty sure I was hallucinating. I'm pretty sure I was hallucinating. Anyway, yeah, I found a new TV series and I watched it all. And it was really annoying because it was actually kind of good. Except for one of the main characters. I fucking hate her so much. The man who fell to Earth. It's on Paramount Plus, in the UK at least. The man who fell to Earth. Oh my god, I figured out how to say his name earlier, but it's got out of my head again. So yeah, Chute Jaffor. I can never say his name. Eugene Jaffor. That's a Star Trek reference that nobody's going to get. But yeah, but Kate Milgrew. Oh my god, names shit. Oh my god. Captain Catherine Janeway. Basically the American version of my mother. Kate, you know, the older Janeway, older Kate Milgrew. She looks just like my mother. Older Catherine Janeway looks just like my mother. So it's very funny to see her and hear her. And it's just, I see my mum. It's so weird. But no, she's a really good actress. And oh my god, is she acting her pants off in this? And she's a semi-bad person in the show. And she basically is kind of like, she's really threatening. It's like, oh, I got chills. You know? That's really good. But yes, it's not a bad series. I just don't like the main character, the woman. Oh, excuse me. I can't buy her as a physicist. She drives me crazy. And like, she can act. The actress is good. It's just that I just don't buy her as a physicist. She is dumb and incredibly overly emotional. It's so annoying. And before any of the feminists come at me, it's like, oh, you don't like her just because she's a woman. It's like, I loved Kate Milgrew in this. She was awesome. She was fucking awesome. This woman is incredibly stupid and emotional over the littlest bullshit. Or she'll bring up again things that she was going to let go, you know, or that she was happy about earlier. She'll bring it up and be like, oh my god, I hate you now because you did this. And it's like, Yeah, you said that already. I thought we made up. I was like, no, I hate you. I've just been reminded of the thing you did. Like, you're a scientist. You're a scientist. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I recommend that series. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And there are aliens in it, and they are believable as an alien civilization. It's believable. You know, it's just different enough to where you would say that it is completely alien. Yeah. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. So you've seen 4 ghosts, and 3 of them being your family members, and that died during the same week, right? That's incredibly sad. That's a bummer, and you were hallucinating. I can't. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, you may have this. You may have this opinion. You may be under the opinion that nothing will change your opinion. That you definitely saw these things, and that you remember it like so clearly or whatever. But you know, you nobody's brain is perfect. That's how basically I know that what I saw was definitely hallucination. It was definitely a hallucination. So, you know, I'm not gonna say that I don't get the heebie-jeebies. Like that, I can't stop my brain from also imagining if ghosts are real, or from basically getting creeped out at stuff, like a fucking spider. It's just not gonna come out for the rest of the night. It's just not gonna come out. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I can't help but get creeped out if I'm in like an old building and the lights don't work or something. You know, I can't help but imagine phantoms, and sometimes the imagined phantoms are very realistic to the point where I might be hallucinating if I actually see one, or if I like my brain conjures an apparition. I can't help it. You know, when you're looking into the void, your eyes do this thing where it's basically like it's just it's kind of like background static, where they'll be focusing, like, you know, it's tiny photons that are hitting your receptors, and it just kind of sets off a false positive. It's kind of static. If you look at a like a completely pitch black square, like in space, or like that light absorbing paint or whatever, or you're in a completely pitch black environment, your brain will actually make shapes, and it's basically because your photons hit you. It's almost impossible to get a completely pitch black environment. Hell, human beings emit light. It's just incredibly faint. So if you're in a pitch black environment, you're never going to be able to see completely pitch black, because you will emit light. That's freaky, isn't it? But yeah, your photon receptors receive information, and even the slightest touch of these photon receptors in your eye can basically send a signal to your brain. But your brain kind of filters these out naturally. So when it filters these out, though, it kind of can leave an imprint in your visual center of your brain. So you see kind of like weird shapes and stuff from like your brain trying to process this information in pitch black. And if you're good enough, you can actually control them. That's really cool. Like if you have enough mental discipline, you can actually control this. Like close your eyes right now, and then basically you will see kind of like a slightly red version of whatever light is around you, kind of passing through your eyelids and stuff a little bit. But if you cover that up even, then you'll notice that there's this weird kind of imprint almost of the latest thing you've seen. Eventually that will start to fade and it will change shapes, and the shapes will then morph into other shapes and all of that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That's what your brain is doing. Isn't it weird? But the thing is that your brain can do this and it can make shapes, and it will basically, it can freak you out. It's not even an hallucination. It's just your brain doing this to you, and it can freak you out. So yeah, that's actually one of my ghost sightings, is kind of like this thing. So yeah. So yeah, Panda Fox, I'm not gonna try to belittle your experience. It's just that I don't believe you. But that's just my opinion. You can think whatever you want. Earliest example, stare at the sun for like 1 second, then close your. Don't do that. Don't give people ideas like that in my chat. It's mean. I don't care. I don't care. Like everybody's looked at a bright light when they shouldn't have. Everybody's looked at a bright light, even as adults, just to kind of like to kind of like get the imprint thing happening, stuff. But yeah, don't do that. And that is why you wear glasses. Yeah, does he wear glasses? I think the last time I saw him, he wasn't wearing glasses. I don't remember seeing him with glasses. Am I just blanking on this? I think I might be blanking on this. Oh, my glasses aren't even in here. I took them inside before I went to have a shower. God damn it. I saw that. Are you in that box? I need visual confirmation that you're in that box. No, it was just a bug. Are you a mosquito? Oh no, you're a weird moth thing. Never mind. Carry on. That'd be so much easier if there's a rubbish box. It's a box I'm using for the garbage in here, basically, just off screen, just over there. And I thought I saw something moving in it, and it's just a moth. So yeah, that'd be so easy. I could just pick it up and then take it outside and then throw the box outside. Yeah, I didn't think you wore glasses. See, Panafox, you're wrong. He doesn't need glasses despite staring at the sun. Yeah, just don't do that, dude. Don't do that. That's fucked up. So I was having a thought that kind of was like, you know how you basically have a thought. It's like, hey, what about this? And it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. I wonder if I could like add on to it, and then add on to that, and then maybe add on to that, and then just keeps going. And it's like, oh, the sun is cool. It is. It's fascinating. Like I made a my dad had a telescope, and I basically put a bunch of sunglasses over the lens of the telescope, just so that I could have a look at the sun, and it actually worked. Don't do this, kids. If any children are watching, shouldn't be watching, by the way, but if any children are watching, don't do this. Are you a mosquito? No. Maybe. Scared me. Seriously, where did the spider go? Anyway, yeah. Kids shouldn't be watching this, but in case you are, do not put a bunch of sunglasses together and look at the sun. Do not put a bunch of sunglasses together and look at the sun through like telescope or a no, that is also a telescope, binoculars or anything like that. Don't do that. Bad. Anyway, I did this. Again, don't do this. I did this, and as a kid, and it was still bright, but it wasn't that bright. Like I could make out stuff. But yeah, I saw sunspots. I even saw a loopy magnetic resonance loop. It was so cool. This thing's up there all the time, and it looks so pretty. But don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah. My dad didn't bring out the telescope that often, mainly because he kept thinking that I was fucking with it. And to be fair, I was fucking with it. Because like one time we were looking at the moon. He was showing me how it worked and stuff. The first time. So there's a small spider just over there. Way smaller than the big one. But yeah, we're looking at the moon. You know, as a little kid, I kind of understood how things like, celestial bodies worked. And I was looking at the moon, and I was fascinated by the fact that the moon is like the whole screen is my view through the telescope, and the moon was here, and it was just slowly kind of like you can almost see it kind of like moving, and then it would just kind of like go out of the viewer and then kind of disappear. Because in case you didn't know, the moon, it moves, and when you look at things close up, you can actually see it move in real time. And the earth spins as well. It moves and the earth spins. So yeah. But yeah, my dad, I was basically like, well, moon's gone. And my dad was like, I was like 7. I was young. I was like, I told you not to touch the telescope. And I was like, I didn't touch the telescope. Moon moved. Moon moves. And it's just like basically it's like he moves the telescope. And I get to see it again. I get to look at the moon again. So I'm looking at the moon, and of course it moves. And then the exact same thing happens. It's happened at least 2 more times. But yeah, my dad's just getting more and more frustrated. He's yelling at me, basically because I'm touching the telescope. I'm not touching the telescope. And he basically never figures out that it's because the moon moves. Like I should have said to him, I was too young. But I should have said to him, it's like, just look through it. Look at the moon yourself a little bit. Like, just look at it a bit longer. And it's like, yeah, he didn't do that because I didn't say that. So yeah. Do you ever revisit like yourself in your head of like your younger self, and then basically you end up doing nothing but like kind of just being mean to yourself, you know? Because sometimes I do that to my 7-year-old self. I'm like, you're stupid. You're like really dumb. Like, oh, I cannot believe I was that stupid. I'm oh, it's just embarrassing. Go away. You know? Something popped into my head that I was going to ask you guys, but it's gone. I'll probably remember it as soon as I leave the office. And the spider to do whatever it wants. Stop yawning! Stop it! Ugh. You are not that sleepy. Especially with the spider on the loose. I think we're good. So anything anybody want to ask me or tell me about before I go? I'm going to head off now. This has been nice though. This has been better and more entertaining than the video games that I'm bored of now for some reason. I kind of want to play The Sims. Like the first Sims, not The Sims 2, not The Sims 3, not The Sims 4. The Sims. I kind of want to play that. I don't know why. Wanting what you can't have, you know? Ugh. So not cool. Tired? I'm not that tired. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm not tired enough to keep yawning. Oh my god. Sign you're empathic, by the way, is that if you keep yawning, just by blocking it now, just by thinking about yawning or being tired or something, or seeing somebody else yawn, if you then yawn, it's a sign of extreme empathy. Steam may have it. They don't have the original Sims. I've already looked for it ages ago. They might have it now, but you know, I don't want to start playing that and then get bored of it immediately. Oh, I think it was Roscoe. It was somebody. I was talking about like Star Trek Legacy, and they sent me a way of playing it, but you could just download it and stuff. That didn't work. Whoever that was, that didn't work. It's okay. I'm going to try to play a couple of other games on my computer, and then I'm going to go to bed. But yeah. I did make a video for the guy who likes haircuts, of me cutting this hair, and I will upload it tomorrow. I do not upload. I try not to let the computers work so hard when it's hot. It's still fucking hot. It's still really hot. So annoying because I'm actually ready to get on with stuff, but I can't. Oh, by the way, I showered and then immediately needed to poop. So annoying. I feel they should have it if they had Roller Coaster Tycoon. Hey, look up yourself. I mean, I'm not gonna look it up. I'm not gonna look. I'm probably not gonna look it up. I might look it up, but I'm probably not. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. If I have time, I might test the hot tub out this week or this weekend. Since I'm not going away, probably. I'm trying not to get my hopes up, just in case I do. You know, just in case Damon wakes up tomorrow feeling miraculously better. But you know, no hopes up. No hopes up. But yeah, I've been trying not to stream every single day, but you know, I might stream. I don't know. The main reason why I didn't stream yesterday was because it wasn't because I was tired. I was just I was having a bit of a bummer moment. So yeah. Right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you guys probably the day after tomorrow. But yeah, have fun. Oh, this isn't the thing I was going to ask you guys. I was going to ask you something, but it's just gone out of my head. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I got a random message from my doctor. So it's like, it's time for your yearly checkup. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that it's been less than a year that I had my last batch of blood tests. So I'm going to wait until the next year. Because I'm not doing all that again. And it just being a 6-month cycle, 6 or 7 month cycle of this happening all the time. So yeah. That was fun. Anyway. Look at the hot cop daddy. Belly rubs. And belly salute. It's not behind me, is it? No. No. It's not up here. Nope. Don't know where she's gone. Creepy. Creepy, creepy. I just got a bad feeling that she's going to crawl on my hand. I'll be using the mouse, and all of a sudden it'll be like, ah. That's happened. There has been a spider that's actually tried to crawl on my hand while I was using the mouse. After it disappeared, actually. Ugh. You're not under the desk. No, just some gas under there. I don't think Panafox is here anymore, so he probably didn't hear that. Right, guys. I'm sorry about the lighting situation. Hopefully it'll be better next time, but there's nothing I can do. It automatically corrects itself. There's nothing I can do. Toodles. I winked. I don't know if you could see that through the